Silver and gold investors, we know debt is bad. Debt is our enemy. Debt is the currency of slavery. Silver is the currency of gentlemen. Gold is the currency of nobility, kings and queens. And when we look at the way Americans are living right now, it is astounding. The level of debt that we've incurred as a country is unbelievable. It will filter back into higher prices for the precious metals because they are real, they are limited in scale, but we need to look at these statistics about how our fellow Americans are living. I've also got a few other points I want to make on the general U.S. economy. Very interesting information. Going to share it with you right now. We have no interest in putting anybody down, looking down upon our fellow United States citizens. But when we look at these general trends going on right now, there are major warning signs flashing that we need to talk about. Roughly 60% of Americans say they are living paycheck to paycheck. That is unbelievable. People earning six figures are feeling the strain. Also, with 45% of people making six figures also living paycheck to paycheck. And these numbers are both way up when compared to just 1 year ago. And how are we dealing with this? Well, our fellow Americans, here's how they are dealing with this. They are dipping into their savings and they are running up record levels of credit card debt. Both of those two sources of funding are finite. They can only go on for so long before the bottom falls out. And we aren't alone because Bank of America published a report that said that 71% of Americans say their income is not keeping up with inflation. What's that going to lead to? That's going to lead to people engaging in less economic activity, making cutbacks. What will those cutbacks lead to? That will lead to lower employment. What will that lower employment? It's a spiral that doesn't end, guys, and it will end up with the Fed, because the government, the country has so much debt, they're going to have no other option but to reinstate easy monetary policies, further diluting the value of the U.S. dollar. Are you one of these people? Are you feeling the strain? I understand. I have a family of 4 that I'm supporting, and it just feels like everything, food, fuel, housing, everything is going up, up, up in price. But when we look at the statistics, salaries aren't going up. Inflation is skyrocketing while salaries are barely budging. Whether you're carrying a bunch of consumer debt or not, and from wherever in the world you, yes, you, have decided to join me right now here in Ron's Basement, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me some of your precious time. If you enjoy my content, I put out new videos every single day. I intend to do that one day at a time. You got a friend for life. Welcome, friend. You can subscribe right here. Turn on the bell notification, share the video with anybody you like, and don't forget, leave a keen, insightful, funny, whatever. Leave a comment in the comment section below. We want to get to know you and we want to learn from you. Now let's get back to some more interesting points about what's going on in our world right now. How about we read this little snippet from Bloomberg? They said more U.S. consumers are saddled with credit card debt for longer periods of time. According to creditcards.com, 60% of credit card debtors have been holding this type of debt for at least a year. That's up from 50% just a year ago. Those holding debt for over 2 years is up to 40% from 32%. So people are adding to their credit card debt and not paying it off. And when we consider that people have higher credit card balances, and because of rising interest rates, the rates being charged on those balances are even higher, you can see how this can turn into a financial doom loop. So it's not a stretch for us to see that all this debt has led to a record level of consumer debt in the United States of America, according to a recent report from the United States Federal Reserve. We know those guys. We love them. Total consumer debt is at almost $4.6 trillion, and ding, 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 that's a record. Now, what happens when all this debt has to be paid back, but people don't have money because their salaries aren't going up? I think things might get ugly for us. But maybe we'll get some good news, some relief at the gas pumps throughout the world, lower gas prices, right? Wrong. Today, OPEC announced a surprisingly high 2 million barrel per day cut in production that will result in higher crude oil prices, which will, of course, the oil companies will immediately raise the prices at the gas pump. It seems like there's no hope in sight when it comes to the world economy, when it comes to fighting inflation. These guys at OPEC, they're playing hard ball, just like they did 3 years ago in their attempts to put the U.S. shale oil business out of production. Right now, they're putting the screws to the world economy with decreased oil production, which will only serve to provide strong inflationary pressures throughout the world. And maybe people are running out of money on their credit cards because we had a surprising report from Amazon. Yes, Amazon, like that bellwether of retail, the Goliath here in the United States. They have instituted a hiring freeze at their corporate level for anything retail oriented. To me, that's not a good sign for how their business growth is going at Amazon. And finally, and just when we thought the news could not get more interesting, there was a report that Hillary Clinton may very well consider running for president again in 2024. I'm not going to say anything. Hey guys, it's getting interesting out there. We protect ourselves, we protect our families by investing in precious metals, in the precious metal mining stocks. We're going to see how all these factors play out in the coming months, quarters, and years. I will be here for you through it all. You're always welcome in Ron's basement. Until next time, you be well.